Live, this is KCMP Channel 14 News. Good evening, and welcome to KCMP Channel 14 News. I'm Bo Papadakis. Joining me tonight is our field correspondent, Dolly Matilda, in for Mamacita, who just had a baby. We wish Mamacita a speedy recovery.
Thank you, Bo. Breaking news. After a month of stirring debate, the Judds have finally named baby number 12, a little boy born on June 28, 2016, weighing in at 9 pounds 3 ounces, with a full head of silvery blonde hair. The Judds held an informal competition to collect names for the new baby. Here are the Judds' favorite suggestions. The name game. Gideon Ace Dodeca Judd, Laconius Q the Silverback Judd, Israel Jack Chandler Judd, Elmer T-Rex Judd, Micah Zhang Jershon Judd, Gilroy Clovis, in honor of garlic, Lionel Judd, Herkimer Leo Stauffenberg Judd, and Bob Judd. The name Go Judd, however, was not considered due to the fact that it might cause confusion if the Judds ever wanted their son Go to come. Go, I said come. Go, come. Come here, Go. Imagine the confusion.
Here are the people whose name suggestions were among the finalists. Third place in the naming contest goes to Marilee McComb McDonald for her contribution of Jershon in the name Micah Jang Jershon Judd. An excellent name, but not the final. Second place goes to Christopher Shutt, J.D. Shepard, Tiffany Vuki, Trish Kleinfelter Nelson, Corianne Bledsoe Olausen, Beth Tanner, Cam Barnes, and Randy Taylor for their submissions of Gideon, Ace, and Dodeca. Dodeca was a very popular suggestion, but also not the final. And our winners. While they did not get the entire name right, they did in fact guess a part of the name. Congratulations to Corey Hubert Wilson and Carrie Veens for their submission of the name The. Because the name of the new baby is in fact Laconius Q the Silverback Judd.
The name Laconius is so unique, the Social Security Administration has excluded it from popularity data. This is a first for the Judds. So where did they get the name from? We go now to Muscleman Moose, who has researched the history of the name Laconius.
Apparently the name Laconius comes from the no-fear, kick-booty chief governor in the Book of Mormon, who had an epic face-off with organized crime in about the year 16 AD. Basically, they had a situation similar to what modern-day Mexico is dealing with now, with violent drug cartels that have infiltrated the government and terrorized the country with extreme violence. The newly elected Governor Laconius received a threat letter from the leader of this crime organization, warning him that if he did not cooperate with them, not only would Laconius die, but they would attack and take over the government completely, showing no mercy. Laconius's response was, "Bring it on." He made the letter public and told the people that they'd better straighten up because they needed God's help. Then he came up with a brilliant plan. He rejected suggestions that he should do a preemptive strike on the crime group's military strongholds, because he believed a preemptive strike was unethical. Instead, he pinpointed his enemy's weakness and carried out one of the most brilliant military defense strategies ever devised. The Judds hope their little Laconius will be fearless like Chief Governor Laconius he was named after. Reporting from the Social Security Archives, I'm Muscleman Moose.
Thank you, Moose. Fascinating backstory. But really the question everyone is asking is, why Silverback? And why did it take the Judds so long to name their baby? We go now to Polka Dot Jones for the story.
Silverback is the perfect name for this baby because his hair looks like silver in the sunshine. But a silverback is a crazy monkey, right? Well, not really. You see, not all primates are the same. I spoke with the mother of Laconius, Hannah Judd.
Most of my understanding of the monkey world was based off of old Disney movies with starring Annette Funicello. And that all came crashing down when last year I watched a public service announcement by the Humane Society featuring Charla Nash, and that made me realize that chimpanzees are these horrible carnivorous gangster things that will try to eat you unprovoked if you try to keep them as a pet. And we did some further research watching other documentaries on YouTube, and sure enough, they're rather terrifying and quite frankly Planet of the Apes did a much better job portraying what chimpanzees really are like compared to Disney movies. I felt totally deceived by Disney movies.
In contrast, all those silverback gorillas are the largest and strongest of all apes. They are actually peaceful vegetarians who primarily eat shoots, seeds, fruit, and occasionally an ant or two. Silverbacks are responsible for caring for their families and locating food.
Despite their mild natures, if a silverback gorilla thinks that his family's endangered, he will open up a can of whooping. He will single-handedly fight to the death to protect his family. And so that's why we named the little guy Silverback.
That and the fact that he has opposable toes.
Reporting live from the St. Louis Zoo, I'm Polka Dot Jones.
Thank you, Polka Dot. Well, that explains everything except a family name. I thought the Judds always insisted on incorporating a family name, which brings us to the Dr. Seuss controversy.
Well, we already have 2 R names, first names, 2 S first names, and 2 T first names. So those are kind of out. And really can't do G because it's going to be an alliteration. Judd. Not going to work.
Silverback. Jack, Q, Silverback. Yeah, that kind of breaks up the rhyme.
Actually, trying to incorporate a family name is what took the Judds so long to name their son. The Judds simply couldn't agree on how to incorporate a family name.
Brick? We're gonna name someone Brick?
Well, if they're built like Mahanrai, we would.
Really? Waldo? We are not naming a child Waldo.
Hannah's grandpa, Jack Leo Quanstrom, passed away this year on Mother's Day, and Hannah wanted to incorporate her grandfather's name. But there was one problem that led to an unusual naming delay. Jack and Silverback rhyme. Hannah was pushing for the name Laconius Jack the Silverback Judd, or Laconius the Silverback Jackie Q Judd. But Phontaine, the father in the Judd household, couldn't stomach it.
Laconia's Jack, the Silverback Judd. I don't like it because it rhymes. It sounds like a Dr. Seuss poem. I mean, we're going to name him Jack Black, Silverback, likes to quack, Judd. No, I'm not a fan.
Well, I like Dr. Seuss, and I like my grandpa.
The Judds' oldest daughter, Tia, had a differing opinion.
Why don't you like Silverback?
Because it's the name of a gorilla?
Yeah, but think about it, guys. This year, there was a big silverback in the news. There was a whole thing about a silverback in the news.
Guys.
You're naming your child after a primate. Why would you want to do that?
Oh, but it's not like
The Judds are okay if the kid vote is not unanimous, but the naming rule is both parents have to agree. They ended up compromising. Hannah got to keep the name Silverback as well as a unique letter Q from her grandpa's name, Quanstrom.
I'm sorry, Grandpa. Just one letter from your name was all I could work out in this difficult situation.
Reporting from the Judd home in Orangevale, I'm Doodle Poodles.
Thanks, Doodles. And that's the news for today. Congratulations again to Corey Hubert Wilson and Carrie Veens for winning this year's naming contest.
Yes, and just think, if Laconius Q the Silverback Judd is ever fighting against the drug cartels in the rainforests of South America, he can tell everyone he is engaged in guerrilla warfare.
It really is the perfect name.
Good night.
Today's episode was brought to you by the Humane Society and by the Money Pants Solution. Parenting simplified.
Silverback. That's another alliteration.
What? Laconia, Silverback, Jefferson, Judd.
He pooped? Hey, all right.
In the toilet?
Hey, even better.
That's even better.
How about Laconia, Silverback Jack?
Silverback,
All right.
Laconius, Judd.
Actually, don't touch me.